having a bad-smelling styrofoam mask on my face, and I'm dressed as Charlie Brown for the entirety of this episode. But I'm not the only one who has a costume on for the Prospector Podcast's Halloween episode. But the entire Prospe gang is dressed up and ready to go to talk about Halloween stories in El Paso, Texas. Our favorite scary movies to watch, maybe some of us like to avoid them. And finally, we're leaving the studio and we're gonna face our fears of socialization and go out on campus to pass out some candy and ask campus some questions. It's gonna be an undoubtedly packed episode, and more than likely, you're gonna have a laugh or two. Happy Halloween to all who watch us, and frankly, stay tuned because this is the Halloween episode of the Prospector Podcast. I'm Sebastian Perez-Navarro, but for today, I'm Charlie Brown. Happy Halloween from the Prospector Podcast. This episode releasing on the exact day of Halloween, so while you're prepping for your Halloween parties, make sure to watch this episode, especially because we run the risk of getting out of date a little bit. Before anything, first I want to take your attention to the screen. We can finally use our Season 13 logo on something that isn't a digital layout. Shout out our layout editor, Mia Colmenero. But then you look back at the people. We've got Spider-Man. We've got Tweety Bird. I don't know the Peanuts characters. Woodstock. And we've got Lucy. Those are Abby Pedroza, Ximena, Cordero, and Dustin Perez. I'm Charlie Brown. I already said my name in the intro, so it doesn't really matter. Guys, a happy Halloween to you.
Happy Halloween.
You guys sounded really, really sad the first time I said that. But let's get into it. We're talking ghost stories in El Paso, Texas. Ximena, you have been a huge advocate of we need to do more Halloween coverage. So I'm just going to let you riff on this one. What's so special about El Paso and spooky stories?
I think we have a lot of hidden ghost stories or parts of history that people don't know about that kind of create some really cool, spooky little stories to tell around this time. And I think it also translates to a greater, our history of our town and how old it is and how relevant we really are.
So we recently paid a visit to El Paso High School, one of the most haunted places people could say. We ran into someone who was trying to look at the high school on a Saturday night. Dustin, Ximena, Kristian, and I were there. It was a very eventful Saturday night. We've got more on that story, and we'll take you to it right now. El Paso High School has been around for 108 years. It being a historical landmark means that this place can't get demolished. But its haunted history is one known by web and copy editor, but as I like to call her, ghost expert Ximena Cordero. Ximena, you inspired this idea of us being here on a Saturday night. Tell us more. Why is this place haunted?
Yeah, so there's a story that there's a photo with a blurry girl in the middle of it that nobody remembers seeing her there when they were taking it. There's another one that it was a girl who was a student who committed suicide after her boyfriend dumped her. So those are the two ghosts that are said to be wandering the halls. But people see stuff like walking through the windows. Tom Lee Park is just right up there, and people say that when they're standing there, they see stuff through the windows also. Yeah.
Well, there were some guys whistling at us. Thankfully, they weren't ghosts.
So yes, we did go to El Paso High School on a rainy Saturday. It was the only Saturday I had free in this entire semester, and that's what I decided to do with it. Dustin, you decided to join us on our haunted adventure around the city. First of all, before we go to your clip about you retelling us of your experience, now that you've had time to think about it a little bit, did you like it? Did you enjoy it, Mr. Peter Parker / Spider-Man?
Well, I did enjoy it mostly because I knew of the hauntings of El Paso, but I never actually faced it, looked at them in the eye. I never actually been to El Paso High School. I never been to Del Norte, and I never been to the cemetery. But it was really surreal, and I kind of enjoyed it, even though I wish we encountered ghosts, but at the same time I wish I wouldn't. So I don't know.
So for reference, we went to El Paso High School. We went to downtown El Paso in Hotel Paso del Norte, which is supposedly haunted. We were given anonymous tips that the 10th floor, the 7th floor, and the basement was haunted. We're not allowed in the basement because we're not employees. The 7th floor was closed, and the 10th floor is a nightclub. That was pretty underwhelming. So
party time.
Yeah, totally, because we're the type of people that party. So, and then we went to Concordia Cemetery. Before anything, Abby Pedroza is making her podcast debut after 8 weeks. Our arts and culture editor and freshman Abby, who is dressed as Lucy, I don't know the last name.
Van Pelt.
Van Pelt?
Oh, wait,
So tell me.
I actually never knew the last name, honestly.
I-
Like most characters.
You know, Charlie Brown is simple. It's
Oh,
Charlie Brown,
yeah.
the greatest character ever. We have Woodstock, which I was confused, which the Looney Birds. Looney Listen, I had a long weekend, okay? It was Looney Tunes. I spent all weekend talking, guys, all right? Give me a little bit of a break. But,
Okay, it's okay.
but Abby, you're the arts and culture editor. How special is Halloween to you?
Honestly, Halloween is really special to me. I think that I've had a really special connection to it all my life. I feel like, I don't know, it's like my favorite holiday ever. I try my best to like dress up as much as I can. And this was supposed to be a year that I was going to dress up with my friends, but that kind of fell through. And now I'm really excited to be dressed up with my boyfriend. And yeah, I don't know. It's really nice, like having like so many fun things to do with you guys. I'm really excited for this episode.
Notice
Hope I
how
do well.
notice how she didn't mention her friends being us. She said I was gonna dress up with my friends, but then that plan fell through. We did not get mentioned whatsoever. So fun fact: every single editor, except for our boss, is dressed up as a Peanuts character. So shout out the Prospector editors. You've got a little special segment coming up later. But Abby, has there been any single ghost story or spooky occurrence that you've been through personally or that you've heard in the history of this city?
I honestly never have. For someone that believes like in ghosts a lot, I haven't experienced anything ever, other than like a little ghost that me and my sister call Ron at my house. But honestly, I think it's just like my house like being weird. Like the garage door opens by itself, but I think it's just the air. But like me and my sister are always like, oh, it's Ron. It's just Ron.
So we had a recent opinion piece about whether or not people around UTEP and even our own writers believe in ghosts. What has made you believe in ghosts? Because I think the opposite. I don't believe in them.
Really?
I don't believe in ghosts. So why do you do?
I don't know. It's never been something that's like, oh, that's not real, you know? But I don't know. It's like a really interesting concept, like the fact that there could be like something out there and like you can't see it, but like it's still there. Like I don't know. It's like not comforting, but like it's interesting to like think about like, oh, there's someone here with me right now, you know?
If there was a place that I thought ghosts were going to be at, it'd be Concordia Cemetery. We were there around Saturday, almost at midnight, if
Yeah.
not midnight.
Like closer to that.
Dustin, we're going to get your thoughts on that, and we'll take you to that moment, literally right now, being at Concordia Cemetery on a Saturday night, close to midnight.
I've never been to this cemetery or any particular haunted places in El Paso, but it's rather unnerving because like it's like very quiet, very ominous, very dim, very lonely. But it's also kind of exciting because it's like an adventure. I don't really see this stuff often.
Has any of the history of hauntedness in El Paso surprised you?
It has a bit where I knew like some places were haunted, but like seeing it up close in person, you could somewhat feel it.
So, Dustin, that night, you went on a whole adventure with us, which included driving Kristian's truck on the freeway through a dust storm and eventually ending up at Concordia. It looked like you had fun. Did that change your opinions in ghosts in any way, or did you learn something new about ghost stories in El Paso?
Well, I'm like very on and off about believing in ghosts, not believing in ghosts. Mostly, like if I ever encountered one, then I would believe it. It did like maybe look at the city in a different light because I knew of some of the stories. I never actually delved deep into it. So personally, I found it really interesting and almost fascinating in a way where I was looking at the city in a whole different light. I started looking at it like beginning of freshman year, like because I go to downtown every day for school, but it was fascinating. It was fascinating. I haven't really learned much about the history until recently.
So I want to draw attention to something else, and that is you're dressed up as Spider-Man.
Yes.
Dustin is our cartoonist at the Prospector. He's making his podcast debut. Dustin Perez, an extremely talented person. You've obviously seen his cartoons. If not, what are you doing? Head to our website. But you made that costume.
Yeah, absolutely. I way too many hobbies. One of them, like obviously I draw, I paint, and all that. But I sew. So this was for last Halloween, where I managed to sew not just the mask and gloves, but like a whole shirt and everything with the emblem on it. And I also play the clarinet. And I did marching band all throughout high school.
That's an insane resume.
Heck yes, dude.
I paint. I make my own costumes. I play the clarinet.
Yes.
Can you give us the rundown of your fit today? Because I know there's a lot of inspiration from it. And can you put on the mask?
Well, I'm gonna have to take off my headphones.
That's fine, man. There's no problem with that.
But it was the rundown. So like basically what I have today, it's inspired from what Peter Parker looked like in the '90s with the tacky neon shirt and jeans and a jacket. Well, should I put on a mask?
Absolutely.
It might take a minute, but hold on.
So cool.
Oh my god, it's Spider-Man! It's Spider-Man!
All right, guys, Spider-Man is joining us on the podcast. Welcome, Spidey.
What's up, man?
Why did your second edition of The Amazing Spider-Man get a lot of hate? I really like that movie.
Mostly because like it was all like out of like I think it mostly due to like how crammed it was and. I mean, am I review like I don't know.
You know, you starred in it, man. So.
I guess so, but I mean, losing my girlfriend is you kind of have to deduct points for that, no?
You know, so MJ or Gwen Stacy, which one would you choose if you had to choose one?
Oh.
Well, MJ, Mary Jane, or Gwen Stacy.
MJ, they're different people?
I think so.
No, Mary Jane is MJ.
But there's two.
Oh, no,
Which
okay,
one's
we're
yours?
going to count for one universe, all right? This is the first. We have two superheroes on today, all right? Let's just narrow it down.
Yes, sir.
MJ or Gwen Stacy?
Ooh, Questions.
Notice how like name one.
Decisions.
Decisions.
It's just like, I mean, depends on my time. I mean, listen, I don't know. Why is this like?
Depends on your time, Spidey.
No.
Great power comes great responsibility.
I meant,
Which one values my time better?
no.
We got Spidey in a hurl.
I mean, it's different. I have cycles after me, man.
You know what, Spidey? You think about it. Before we end off this segment, Ximena, I want you to tell us what makes Halloween so special in this city. Because you've been craving better Halloween coverage forever.
I have.
So we need the rundown before we end off this segment.
I think a lot of people enjoy it and want to celebrate it. I think we just need more opportunities to highlight, that our history kind of has some of the spooky vibes, but also people, want to experience it all and they want to have these bigger events or I know this weekend they have the Fright Fest thing. So I think the city is turning into a more of a community oriented kind of thing, especially since we're losing a lot of the trick-or-treating and stuff like that. I think we're turning to different methods and maybe some more cultural things also with Dia de los Muertos kind of coming in also to celebrate.
Well, we're going to involve the community heavily in our main segment. You'll see all of us later. But for now, we're heading into talking about some scary movies, and I'm too much of a wimp to watch them. So I'm getting brave people to talk about them. You're watching the Halloween edition of the Prospector Podcast, Season 13. Don't go anywhere. We've got Superman on next. Welcome back to the Prospector Podcast, Season 13, our Halloween episode, which we hope to make as scary as my lack of knowledge over the Peanuts characters we're playing. My apologies for confusing Tweety Bird with Woodstock. I don't know if Tweety Bird is the actual name of the Looney Tunes bird. I might be mistaken on that one. I talked about politics all weekend long. Give me a break. But we've got Franklin. We've got Sally from the Peanuts. We literally just stripped you out of the comic from the Peanuts gang. I took a comic and just cut you guys, and now you're here.
You know what's crazy?
What?
You're Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
According to the Peanuts wiki, I'm your best friend.
You are.
And you didn't even know that.
How sweet.
I did know that you're my best friend. Kristian Hernandez, mi Colmenero. Guys, Kristian comes over to my house and we play Smash Bros sometimes. I think that's best friend activity. And we've got Mr. Clark Kent. He's transferring from the Daily Planet to the Prospector. I heard you interviewed for a contributor position. How'd that go?
It went really well. You know, they did a background search. Everything comes out good. I have my portfolio back in Metropolis.
Yeah.
And I had a great letter of recommendation from Lois Lane.
Oh, isn't that your girlfriend, man? I think that's a little biased.
I think that goes against HR.
I think we got to get that reviewed, actually.
We disclosed it.
No,
Yeah.
we'll cut it out.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure, Mr. Kent. For sure, we'll cut it out. We're not cutting it out. Anyways, and pulling back the curtain to reality, because I technically have to give you credit so that you can cross it out on your curriculum. even though if I had it my way, I would call him Clark Kent all episode. Nate Flores, who did camera work for us on The Digest and is a staff reporter for The Prospector, you're making your podcast debut, and who scarily knows a lot about me because he's best friends with my cousin Biggie.
Yep.
You know, that is a weird contrast. I have a cousin who works with me, and I have a friend of my cousin who works with me.
It was a very shocking discovery.
So before we get into it, or diving into it rather, because we got a fun segment to film. Horror movies, guys. I absolutely despise them. I get scared of them. The only horror movie I've watched in theaters is It 2. My cousins love horror movies. Nate, I know you're a big connoisseur of them, so give us the rundown. On a Halloween night, if you're alone in your room and no friends to celebrate Halloween with, or if you just so happen to work the next day, what movies should you be watching?
Okay. You obviously have to start off with the classics. So obviously John Carpenter's Halloween 1 and 2. I wouldn't go through all of them because they're very, very big in quality.
Didn't the last one suck?
Very much so. I would stick with 1 and 2 and Halloween H2O.
Halloween H2O?
Yes.
Do we know anything about Halloween H2O on this side?
That's like Avatar Way of the Water, but scary? Or,
Avatar Way of the
That's
Water.
exactly what it is.
oh my God. I want to see it.
So
That's pretty cool.
that sounds like a pretty neat concept.
Yeah.
Mia, I asked you if you wanted to come on and talk about scary movies. You're giving me the most confused look of all time. Are you doing okay?
I never heard of Halloween H2O.
Me neither. I've heard of the Winnie the Pooh movie where it's Winnie the Pooh is a ravenous murderer.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, once he went into the public domain. You know, Hollywood has a weird practice of every single time a Disney character goes into the public domain, they just make them murderers. They made one with Mickey Mouse. They made one with Winnie the Pooh. No one's watching these movies. So a question I want to pose for everyone here is, what makes a good scary movie or a good Halloween movie?
Okay. A good scary movie, I believe, because I feel like scary movies for a while now have been kind of stagnant. It's the same old thing, just recycled over and over. The best thing about horror is the horror that follows you home. So the one that keeps you up late at night thinking about it. Something that really shakes you, like, deeply.
Have you guys ever been shaken deeply by a horror movie or just have nightmares about it?
A horror movie? I don't know about that. It just, to me, I think what really deters me away from horror movies to begin with is the style of trailers that they're made and the editing style. You know, you hear the screeching of the violin and then the boom sound effects. It's really cliche the way they make the trailers, and it just deters me away from that. And the fact that I don't believe in ghosts. I'm not superstitious.
So you've never been scared by a horror movie you've seen?
Well, as a kid, yeah. I mean,
Which one?
In theaters, I think The Conjuring.
You watched The Conjuring in theaters?
No, I think it was the trailers, that they play. I would close my eyes and let my mom tell me,
Oh.
okay, you can open your eyes now.
I would do that all the time when I was a kid. I went to go watch PG-13 movies with my parents, and every single time.
PG-13?
Yeah. Well, I was
PG-13 was scary?
No.
It was under 13.
You know, in PG-13 movies, what they do is they play trailers for rated R movies. Oh shoot, dude, Clark Kent left.
Oh my God.
No way.
Wow.
He had an
Dude, where'd he
emergency back to the
go?
office.
It's Superman. Hold up. You wanna turn around, Superman? No, where'd Clark Kent go? And why are his glasses there?
He had to make a run back to the office really quick.
How do you know him so well?
Me and him go way back to Smallville.
And why are you wearing the same shirt as him? Just kind of.
I borrow his clothes.
That's totally normal. Anyways,
You don't borrow clothes with your best friend?
Kristian, can I borrow your sweatshirt?
No.
Well, no. The answer is no. And Mia, have you ever had an instance where you've just had nightmares of horror movies you've seen? Or have you ever watched a movie on Halloween? A scary one?
I mean, yeah. To answer your first question, I've definitely had a horror movie that kind of trailed me home and maybe it isn't a traumatization, but it just like scared me for quite a while.
Which one?
It was, I think, like Kristian, it was like the Conjuring movies, the newest one. Like,
You watched the newest one?
not the newest one.
Like
Maybe
what?
the
They
one
have
in,
as many
like,
Conjuring movies as Star Wars movies now.
There was one that happened like 2020, 2021. That one came out. At the end of the credits, they showed actual audio of someone being possessed, and that one really got to me. I couldn't do it at all.
How do you know it's actual audio though?
Well, that's a great question. I personally don't know if it was actual audio, but it did sound very rancid. Of course, there's someone like screaming, and there's a priest screaming back. So that one really, I didn't like that at all. It was super unsettling. Usually horror movies don't usually do that to me, but with Conjuring, that was like the first movie to ever do that to me.
I'll tell you guys my story because it's an interesting one, and it involves Biggie. I was 7 years old.
Biggie Smalls?
Exactly, yes.
So, some context. My cousin, his legal name is Luis Silva. He's a year older than me. He's Nate's age. Nate and Luis, in which I'll call him here, even though it's incredibly weird, or Carlitos, as my family used to say, or as my mom still kind of says, went to the same high school, Montwood High School. So Luis is currently at EPCC. Nate's at UTEP. Shout out Biggie. Love you, man. I hope you love me back. So when I was 7, my cousins decided that they were going to traumatize me. Well, that may be a stretch, but I was moving here to El Paso. It was before my first day of school in this city ever. I was having a sleepover with them, and I'll preface by saying this, I was a pretty annoying kid. But in the morning, they put on the original version of It. The OG one.
The 80s one?
The 80s one.
Okay.
Like kind of the two-parter. We get to the scene where the boat's floating down the street and it goes into the sewer depicting Pennywise the Clown. At the scene where he opens his teeth, mind you, it's like 9 in the morning, my uncle and aunt were asleep, I just start shrieking like crazy. That terrified 7-year-old me. To the point where I slept with my mom for a week. I was terrified my first day of school, and I held a lifelong fear of clowns till I was around 12 or 13 when It 2 came out.
You know what? For a 7-year-old, that's actually really traumatizing.
It was,
Yeah.
I was freaked out, but I got over my fear because I watched the second edition of It, the one where he turns into a giant spider or something, the one that got bashed by critics. I watched that version in the theater, and now I'm not scared of Pennywise, totally.
Is that because of that you don't watch horror movies?
You know, that's kind of a retrospect, maybe.
Still scarred.
I've just never been a big proprietor of horror movies. I don't find any entertainment value in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the trailers may look cool and stuff, but if I'm watching a movie and I'm constantly scared that someone's going to jump scare me, I don't like that feeling. So some do have good methods of storytelling, but I can't really tell you a compelling horror movie that I watched that isn't It. Like the new version that came out in 2017. That was a good movie. I thought I would rewatch it if I had the chance, but after that, the Conjuring movies just kind of seem, ghost stories and possessions. I don't really get any want to see them, if that makes sense. But I know there's a catered audience that is gigantic, my cousins included. Nate, I can assume you included. Why do you guys gravitate towards these movies?
I think most people gravitate towards horror, specifically, obviously, some of the better movies, is they're all very human stories to where everyone has to deal with things in life where that they fear, they have to face their fears eventually. And it's more about how regular people overcome that fear and usually like come out on top.
So what are the ones that you can genuinely watch from Halloween Day up until Christmas? Just any evergreen horror movies.
Okay, well, with this year, the release of Ryan Coogler's Sinners, that one was amazing. And I feel like transcends horror itself and becomes genuinely just a good movie.
So what do you think is a good starting basis for people like me who don't want to watch horror movies per se, but maybe you're feeling a little bit brave?
Mm-hmm.
Me? Well, I'm not really into horror movies. I like thrillers or suspenseful movies. Get Out was a really good movie. The Shining is a really good movie. I mean, that's a cult classic to begin with. Split is a really good movie. I just have 3 movies in mind.
Only 3?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else right now. I heard of A Quiet Place. I heard that's actually a really good horror movie, but I really want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
I actually watched it in middle school. It was after a practice start test, and the teacher we had, I never even knew her. She was like, "Do you guys want to watch a movie?" Sure. She puts on The Quiet Place. I was like 13, and It was odd. It was an odd movie. But going back to you, Nate, what starter movies would you give people who want to get into horror to start with?
It Chapter 1 and 2. I would probably go Halloween, Scream, and then to end it off, Nope.
Nope, they shouldn't watch these movies?
No, like that's the name of the movie.
Nope wasn't scary, though. I watched Nope in theaters. Did
But
you watch
it's-
Nope? No. Nope?
See what he did there?
All right.
Nope wasn't scary, though.
It's more psychological horror
Is
than
it,
like
though?
actually jump scare.
It was a giant blanket. My dad hated
You
it.
just spoiled the movie. for me.
Well, oh, dude, I mean, come on now. Like,
It's been like 4 years.
it's been 4 years. What?
But
I've been really busy this past 4 years. Okay.
Boo-hoo. Anyways.
it's a giant alien, though.
Yeah, that's
But
basically.
that's scary. If you were in that position, I would say that's scary. And again, this is the starter horror. You can't just like go straight into like the scary things. You know what I mean?
You know what? We're going to do some scary things because I'm forcing everyone in this room to be social on UTEP's campus. What does that mean? Well, stay tuned because you're watching the Halloween episode of the Prospector Podcast. We promised to change things up a little bit, and we're literally outside our studio. I kind of feel like in a different world, and we've got literally everybody here, from Linus to Snoopy to Spider-Man and everyone you saw back in the podcast, and we're giving out candy.
You get free candy with one question.
So, all right, guys, let's do it.
Do you want free candy? Please. Do you want free candy? Why? It's free! We're finding people, so I see a person right here. Do you want free candy? Yay!
Welcome to this segment. You get free candy by answering one question.
And Kristian, I see you really want to ask one. You take it away, man.
Okay. Where does the Shining Hotel take place? Where is it located?
Like the city, or you want the movie? Or
The movie.
This is Shining.
The Shining, but where does it take place? What state does it take place?
That's what I was asking.
My apologies.
Oh gosh, I've been a Shining. Oh, I don't remember.
It starts with a C, the state.
Is it California? No, that's not
No,
California.
one more chance.
There's a bear.
One more chance. There's bears?
Oh, I don't remember. I'm sorry, I'm having a headache.
close enough. Congrats on
Oh my god!
We got something cool. It's called free candy.
You get to answer one question and you get free candy.
What are you dressing up for Halloween?
I'm not doing anything for Halloween.
Well, why don't you do anything for Halloween?
Huh?
Why don't you do anything for Halloween?
Because I work.
Where do you work?
Physical therapy.
You know what, man? Thank you for working. Somebody throw candy at them.
I don't know. I was just handing the mic.
This is our photo editor, Isaiah Moreno. He hasn't been on the podcast since season 13. Now he is, and he's Linus. Tell us about your blanket.
I've had this blanket since I was like 5. It's a Cars blanket. I sleep with it every night. This is my go-to blanket.
Are you going to use your superpowers to help us find newspapers, or at the very least, just help me not get hit by a car?
Absolutely. I've already used my X-ray vision. There's some in that building right there.
I've got a superpower too. You know what it is?
What is it?
I can transform my face.
Nice. Do it. How many Nightmare on Elm Street movies are there?
I don't even know what Nightmare on Elm Street. You guys can throw candy. I'm gonna say like 5. That's probably the wrong answer, but
I believe it's 8.
8. Okay.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Oh, appreciate it. Here. No more redemption question.
What's the name of the killer in Friday the 13th?
Freddy Krueger. There you go.
Wrong. It's Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees.
We're about to step into the library and find a couple people to ask a couple questions to for some free candy. Let's go. All right, so we're here with a very special guest, Peter Pete. We have a question for you, Pete. What is your favorite Halloween of all time? It's a pretty solid answer.
I don't think he's reaching out for the candy.
How's your day going?
Hey, good.
Nice. Would you like to answer some Halloween questions for free candy?
Sure.
Well, how about if I put on this mask as a definitive yes?
What?
What's your name?
Arlet.
Arnett. Nice to meet you. Arnett?
Arlet.
I'm Charlie Brown.
Nice to meet you, Charlie.
I appreciate that. Thank you. What do you guys think of Pennywise? Do you think he's scary? The clown?
I don't like scary movies, so I thought it was actually scary.
It's nice to meet you. Would you explain the rules for us?
So you can get free candy if you answer a question correctly.
Why were jack-o'-lanterns invented?
Well, it does date back to an old legend of the jack-o'-lantern. At first, it was a turnip according to the original legend, but then it eventually evolved into being a pumpkin because it's kind of awkward to carve a little turnip to make it into a lantern. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. Thank you so much for answering.
How many animatronics are there in the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise?
Like OG or?
OG.
Oh my god. Okay, can I name them?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, and Freddy. Right? I mean, right, that's right?
Yes.
Yeah, OG.
Yes, you're right.
Wait. Golden Freddy.
Hey! Give him 5 pieces of candy.
If you haven't watched Cam's story, you should go watch us at the Prospector on Instagram. Super fun story and very excellent stories being told about Halloween. Also, if you haven't picked up the Prospector newspaper, you should certainly do that as well. They're going extinct, meaning this newspaper is very limited edition and it's Halloween themed, so you should go pick it up. As we're going to Colin Memorial, we'll show you where. Same with the library, as we showed you just right now.
We also have a digital issue on our website now, so you should go look at that too.
Yeah.
Yo, Paul! Are you busy, Paul?
We're doing a graduation shoot. What's going on?
Cool. You want free candy?
Sure.
Awesome. We're the Peanuts gang right here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
What's the free candy? What do I have to do?
All you have to do is answer one question, right?
Yeah, you have to answer one question correctly.
Okay.
And you got to be truthful.
Okay.
What's your favorite Halloween tradition? Dating back to high school.
Dating back to high school. I think watching Halloween Town. That's for the unks. It's on Disney Channel. So, on Disney Plus. Yeah.
You know what?
Does that deserve a candy?
That deserves it, Paul.
Appreciate it. Happy Halloween to all my UTEP people.
Kristian has never had a class here. What's your major?
Oh, media advertising.
Yeah, I don't know why he hasn't had a class in here.
I think, well, I took my class at EPCC, so maybe I'm just elevated.
So you lack the experience of Colin Memorial?
I think so. I got FOMO.
Hello? There's no one in here. You just got back from an awesome trip. You got posted on the UTEP main page, on Instagram. You work at KTEP. How do you feel just being awesome?
Cool.
You know what? That deserves candy. Here you go.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna and take that.
From Halloween, Michael Myers' mask is based off a real TV star and celebrity. Who is that celebrity?
I'm not familiar with.
It's okay. The answer is William Shatner. But that also entails candy. It's over the KTEP border.
Our EIC might be scared by watching the end product of this result, but we had fun. So from the names of Clark Kent, Franklin, Linus, Woodstock, Sally, Lucy, and Peter Parker / Totally Not Spider-Man, I'm Charlie Brown, and we wish you a very happy Halloween. We have a new issue coming out next week, so stay tuned for it, and make sure to keep up with everything Prospector. But for now, all of us on Halloween Day are over and out.